Hello children, a very warm welcome to all of you. Today we will start the second lecture of the chapter number 5, acids, bases and salts. In the last lecture children we had seen about the acids. So in today's lecture we will going to see the bases and the indicators. Grade 7 subject is science. Chapter number 5, acid, bases and salts. We will start the second lecture children. And the topics that we will cover in today's lecture will be what are indicators, the type of indicators. At the very first we will see about the indicators children. Then what are bases, the type of bases and the basic properties of bases. All these topics we will going to cover today children. So let's start for the lecture. Starting with the first topic, what are indicators? Indicators are those substances which indicate the presence of acidic or basic content in the given sample. Fine children? In this chapter, we will going to study the concentrated acids as well as the dilute acids. I had told you in the last lecture also that there are some acids in the nature that we prepare by ourselves artificially in the laboratories. When the acids are prepared artificially in the laboratories, they could be concentrated, they could be highly reactive, they could be corrosive in nature. Therefore, they could harm us. They can burn our skin. Therefore, it is always recommended, children, not to touch or not to taste those kind of acids. Hence, the question arises now, how do we identify whether the given content is having the acidic or the basic behavior? So, for that, we are having certain substances. Fine. Those are known as indicators, which identifies the presence of acidic or basic content in that given sample. Okay? And there are mainly two type of indicators we are finding. Okay? Natural and the artificial. In the pretext lecture, I had given you certain activities in which you had prepared the indicators by yourself. We can prepare it naturally. We can prepare it at our home. Fine. Like China rose solutions, then the turmeric solution, these can be prepared by ourselves. Then the litmus solution is found to be prepared by the lichens. Fine. Then red cabbage solution. This can also be prepared naturally, children. But there are some artificial indicators also which can be prepared in the laboratories and which are helping us in the science labs for the identification of acidic and basic contents. Okay. Examples are methyl orange and the phenolphthalein. These are the well-known two indicators which are being used in the laboratories, children. Now, let's have a look in brief how these indicators are actually working. What kind of color change, what kind of observations they are giving for the given samples. Let's move on to the next topic. Let's talk about the working of some natural indicators, children. Very first, we are having the litmus solution. Children, litmus solution and the litmus paper are made by lichens. I have told you this before also. Okay. Lichens is a symbiotic relationship of algae and fungi. Okay. And it is found in different colors, in different dyes, in different colors. Okay. So those different colors are being utilized as a indicator. Fine. The litmus solution is basically purple in color. Okay, very light pink, light purple in color. And when you put it in the acidic solution, it will turn into red. Whereas if you put it in some basic solution, say caustic soda, or you are having the soap solution, you are having the shampoo solutions at home, okay, it will turn into blue color. Whereas the litmus papers, which are found in two different colors, that is red and blue. Fine. They are also giving some different results. When you dip it in the acidic solution, the blue litmus paper will turn into red, whereas if the red litmus paper is dipped in a basic solution, it will turn into blue. Fine, children? So these are just opposite of each other, and one thing need to be taken care of. Here blue strip is dipped in the acidic solution, but if you dip the red strip, no color change you will find. Okay. Similarly, in the basic solution also, a red strip when dipped in the basic solution, it gives blue color, whereas if you dip the blue strip, it will not change its color. Next we are having the turmeric solution. Okay. The turmeric solution gives no color change in the acidic solution, whereas it turns from yellow to red or orange, means somewhat reddish orange color when it is dipped in the basic solutions. Okay, when it is dissolved in the basic solution. Next we are having the China rose. China rose is having a light pinkish color, somewhat reddish pink color. Okay. So when you dissolve it or when you mix it with the acidic solution, it will give you a deep pink color. Whereas if you mix it with a basic solution, it will give you the green color. Fine. Similarly, red cabbage, that is also used as an indicator, which is having the magenta solution, magenta color solution. Okay. If you mix it in some acidic solution, children, it will turn into red, which gives the presence of acidic content in the given sample. Similarly, if you mix it with a basic solution, it will turn into yellow. Children, these color changes are the observations, are the proof that the acidic or the basic content is present in some natural or inorganic substances. Fine. Now let's have a look at the synthetic indicators also. Fine. Now let's have a look at the working of artificial indicators. These are some of the well-known artificial indicators, children. Methyl orange, as the name suggests, it is light orange. It is orangish in color. Okay. When it is mixed in any acidic solution, children, it turns into red color. Whereas when it is mixed with any basic solution, then it turns into yellow color. Children, why we are doing this? Okay, the aim should be known to you. The change in color, children, the observation of these color change shows you whether the content you are having, either it is organic or it is inorganic. Okay, is acidic in nature, or it is basic in nature, or it is salt in nature, or it is neutral, anything. Fine. So that is why we are doing this. Okay. Next we are having the phenolphthalein solution. The phenolphthalein solution, children, is colorless. And when you mix acid to this, it remains colorless again. Whereas it changes its color to pink when it is mixed with any basic solution. Fine. So this is it for the indicators topic. Now let's move on to the next topic, that is base. Let's have a look at the next topic, children. Base. What are bases, children? Base are those substances which are bitter in taste. This is one of the property that you find in the basic substances, that it is bitter in taste. It contains basic ingredients and their solutions are basic in nature. Children, mainly those components which are having basic content, fine, they are found to be bitter in taste. Also, they are slippery in touch. When you touch those substances, they will be found to be somewhat slippery. Okay. For example, if you had seen the soaps, if you had taken the shampoos, then you had seen the washing powder, washing soda. Okay, all these things are slippery in touch. Fine. Now, here are some common examples of base which are found in our household products. Fine. Let's have a look at this. Sodium bicarbonate is found in the baking soda that we are utilizing as an additive in fermented food products. Okay. Then we are having the calcium hydroxide which is found in the lime water. Now children, the lime water and the lemon juice both are different. We had studied in the acid topic that lemon juice contains citric acid. Okay, but here it is written as lime water. This is different from that. Okay, it contains calcium hydroxide. Next is ammonium hydroxide which is found in the window cleaner substances. Sodium and potassium hydroxide is found in the soaps and detergents. Magnesium hydroxide which is found in milk of magnesia, also known as antacids. Fine children, if you had seen ENO, okay, that is a kind of antacid, means it kills the effect of acidity in the stomach. Okay, antacid. Okay, so it kills the effect, it neutralizes the effect of an acidic substance in the stomach. Let's have a look at the next topic children, the type of base. On the basis of their solubility, on the basis of their reaction, we had classified base into two types, weak base and a strong base. This is very highly reactive in nature. For example, for cleaning the clothes, you have seen that the stained clothes can be easily cleaned with the help of washing sodas. Okay, so sodium hydroxide and potassium hydroxide are generally very reactive in nature and they are utilized for the washing purpose. We are having the weak base, antacids children, that can be edible. Okay, it is mild in nature. Magnesium hydroxide is found in the antacid and it is a weak base. Ammonium hydroxide is another example. Next we are having properties of bases. Okay, what are the properties? They are slippery in touch. They are bitter in taste. Acids are sour in taste whereas base are bitter in taste. Okay. Next we are having they can conduct electricity. Okay. Acids can also conduct electricity and the base can also conduct electricity. Next we are having few bases are water soluble whereas some are insoluble in water. Children, as we had seen that all the acids were soluble in water, but in the case of base, some are soluble whereas some are insoluble. Moving on to the last section of the lecture children, homework that you need to do in your fair classworks. State differences between the acids and the base. You need to write at least 3 to 4 difference. Question number 2. Ammonia is found in many household products such as window cleaners. It turns red litmus blue. What is its nature? You need to write the nature of ammonia. Okay. And here are some properties given that it is utilized as a window cleaner. It also turns red litmus blue. Sodium hydroxide turns blue litmus red. Is it true or a false statement? Tooth decay is caused by the presence of a base. You need to write whether it is true or a false. Question number 5. Blue litmus paper is dipped in a solution it remains blue. What is the nature of the solution? Nature of the solution means, children, you need to write either it is an acid or it is a base. Any one you need to write and explain. You need to explain that why if it is acid, why it is an acid, and if it is a base, why it is a base. Okay? Moving on to the next topic, homework solutions for lecture 1. I had given you 3 questions, children. The first one was, name the source from which litmus solution is obtained. What is the use of this solution? So here is the answer. Litmus solution is obtained from the lichens. As I had told in the lecture also, children, that it is obtained from lichen. Lichen is a symbiotic relationship of 2 organisms, that is algae and fungi. Okay. It has a purple color in distilled water. Fine. The natural lichen is found in different colors, in different dyes. Okay. And when you dissolve in the distilled water, it will give you the purple color. When this solution is added to the acidic solution, it turns into red. Whereas when it is added to a basic solution, it turns blue. Hence, it is used to test the acidic or basic nature of solutions. We are utilizing it as an indicator, children. Next 2 questions were true and false. Question number 2 was, nitric acid turns red, litmus blue. It is a false statement, children, because it is an acid, so it will turn blue litmus red, not red litmus blue. Okay. Third question was, indicator is a substance which show different colors in acidic and basic solution. It is a true statement, children, because indicators show different colors. Okay. Thank you. This is it for the lecture. If there is any doubt, kindly let me know and we will discuss it in the classes. Thank you.